I mean, bro, look, if I want to go play sports with a bunch of women, I have every right to do as much because I identify as a woman. You can't tell me otherwise, bro. I have never felt like the strongest, tallest girl on the team. Transgender woman, rugby player. A trans rugby player. Now we're cooking with gas. Because for a long time, who have we had to criticize in this field? Well, Leah Thomas, that brave and powerful 437th ranked male swimmer, transitions over and wins the NCAA swimming championship in the women's division. Round of applause. And now we have full contact sports where bitches are getting plowed the fuck over because holy, check some of this shit out. But first and foremost, we got to set the scene here. We're going to see if there's any, stunning and brave individual just being unfairly maligned by society and biology. But yes, she insists. We'll play along because I like a good bit of comedy every now and then. No advantage over her competitors. Yeah, I don't stand head and shoulders over everybody else on my team and on the opposition. I mean, come on. And says she is a shell of an athlete she was before transitioning. Yeah, but that bitch that you trucked in order to complete the try would beg to differ. We got some videos and shit, but there you go. There's our stunning and brave individual right there. Transgender woman's rugby player has spoken out about what it's really like competing as a trans woman in sport, saying that she can't even come close to the level of athleticism she used to achieve before she transitioned. Are you being secretly based right there by saying that, yeah, no, as a man, you are a far superior athlete as opposed to, even being a physiologically superior woman? Oof. Yo, bitch is down bad in this case. Emma Farnan, who used to be, Ed? Who plays for the Southern Headliners Rugby Club women's team in the Premier Rugby Sevens League. I know what rugby is. The rest of that shit might as well be fucking Greek, okay? Which is about the only way that you can have sex with a beautiful and stunning transgender woman. Told Good Morning America, being trans doesn't mean that you inherently that I'm going to be a good player. Why would Good Morning America care about anything that is happening in... I thought that whenever I see rugby, I think that it's, somewhere else. But no, this is at Notre Dame. Fucking hilarious. The Fighting Irish. And now instead of putting their dukes up and then having the goofy little hat on top of it, they're going to be in a cocktail dress, serving a sandwich. Unbelievable. I still work my ass off to be able to be where I am in a sport and continue performing. The 27-year-old... Yo, this a 27-year-old dude trucking over a bunch of girls on a rugby pitch? Holy! But just goes to show you, in order to get women involved in STEM, you have to import some dudes. Aerospace engineer who is studying her PhD at Indiana University of Notre Dame. Oh, sorry, it's not Notre Dame, it's U of I at ND. Okay. So often discussion of trans women in sport comes down to assuming that we are able to play at the same level as men, and we just can't. No. It's all about being on equal footing to that of women, and instead of these big brain stupid fucking takes on things like that goddamn retarded Vice panel of a bunch of feminists that ended up just devolving into, Pearl looking intelligent, Sydney Watson making everything about herself, and a bunch of other bitches just being like, well, I'm in a wheelchair and I'm black, so me, oppression. Fucking, stupid cackling half Afghani bitch sitting over in the corner. This shit was fucking weird, dude. But the topic of trans athletes came in because, of course, there was a trans woman on that panel at the same time. And it says that, well, in sports all the time, you have different biological advantages, and that just makes people play better, okay? Because not everybody's hitting 500 home runs in baseball. It's like, that's the comparison that you're going to make. You're going to try to say that there is difference in biology between Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis on the San Diego Padres, and you're going to try to make a distinction between this dude right here, okay, and the women that definitely not taller or stronger on, okay, because you can see, okay, hips on that one. We got some video to play, just a little bit of this dude trucking through the field, and we'll see if we can play Spot the Difference. Where's the dude on the field? But yeah, no, it's a difference, okay, trans men or trans women play at the same level as men, and we just can't. We are women. Grammatical issue I've got right here, but we'll continue. And we compete equally as a woman. I would like to know the stats on your season. How many tries did you convert? on the pitch. I'm just wondering, did you always get the ball, and did you have the opportunity to run completely up the field by just, trucking over these broads? Like, is this the type of equality that everybody's opining for? I feel like, Merch, a shell of the athlete that I used to be after taking hormones for a year or 2 years. I don't know, really didn't notice that much of a difference, but boy howdy did I have a lot of extra muscle mass, and my center of gravity was much higher because I don't have those cumbersome hips. And my dick gives me pretty good balance, okay? And it's really tough to actually take me down to the ground because of my inherent increased muscle mass over my fellow female competitors. Like, I can't even come close to the level of athleticism that I used to be able to compete with. Yeah, we know. I've seen male and female tennis, and I can spot the difference. There's a big difference. Not a single time with PR7s that I walked out and I felt like I was the strongest or fastest or tallest girl on the team. Well, let's go to the tape, because we can take a look here. There's the stunning and brave one in pink, and as you can see, got a good gait, strong gait, and here it comes, and fuck off! Nothing happening right there. Definitely did not feel at all like the strongest person on the pitch, okay? And we got, standing side by side. Where's a team picture? Never once at all whatsoever felt like the tallest, strongest person on the pitch. Peek those shoulders. Peek them right there, okay? We can go full screen on this motherfucker right here, okay? Take a look at that shit, okay? Look at them shoulders. Them be broad as a motherfucker, as opposed to the rest of the actual women on the screen right there. That is a whole motherfucker right there. There is nothing biologically female about that at all whatsoever. Day after the surgery. What'd you get, some of that lean muscle mass taken off? Transitioned as a senior of college. Senior in college, okay? So are we purporting that this happened, 26, 27 years old? You went through puberty. You went through, well, some of the statistics are a little bit grim, but at least a quarter of your life as a full-grown man engaging in athletic endeavors, and you don't think that you're the strongest or fastest or tallest girl on the team? We just seen you shake that tackle like it was absolutely nothing. Like, come on, you can lie. Men lie, women lie, but the numbers and video doesn't, bro. Emma, who is originally from Bayshore, New York, her rise up, also expressed her frustration over not being able to play at a higher level than PR7s. Yeah, because, you might be able to absolutely run the junior circuit, but here's the thing. Female athletics, there's a cap on that shit, because guess what? Your teammates aren't all that interesting to watch. That's the thing, okay? Go peek the WNBA. Nobody gives a fuck. Outside of when one of their biggest stars ends up getting pinched in Russia. Nobody fucking cares. World Rugby, go back and run this back. Banned transgender women from playing in international events. It's almost like the facts contradict with your perception of reality. I don't feel any different. The Olympics begs to differ, such as the Olympics in 2020. World Rugby said after months of research it had concluded that safety and fairness cannot presently be assured for women competing against trans women in contact rugby, but feel free to continue to run this experiment until some bitch ends up starts twitching on the fucking ground after missing a tackle. I just think it's really dangerous because there's so many people like me that have went through all the precautions and went through all of the steps to meet and be able to compete fairly. Do we have to run back that footage where you just absolutely stonewalled the competition on that one? But take a look at that stunning and brave couple. Doesn't feel physically superior to any woman that's out there. Nope, not at all whatsoever. Dyed hair can't fool me whatsoever. I don't have any opportunity to play at a higher level regardless of whether I trained my ass off or not. It's just not fair, bro. I just feel so discriminated against. I've gone through all of these surgeries. It's so sad. It's really tough to be in a position where my career is limited because I go and try out and I'm told that I'm not good enough. Wow, like a bunch of other guys that try to get on a team and then you just thought, I could take the easy way out. I could just go ahead and hop on over and play for the other team. It looks like your girlfriend didn't really care all that much. In a recent PR7's video, Emma shared her struggles about coming out as a trans woman. Nobody could believe me. It's like with them shoulders and the fact that you used to play on the team. Come on now. This is Leah Thomas all over again, but you're just not as popular. Sucks to suck. Maybe if you put the entire team on that very large back, you might be able to carry them to a championship. And maybe, well, given the fact that you did get a Good Morning America interview, you could get enough attention for anybody to give a fuck about this. I just think it's hilarious. Okay, when I was younger, I pretty much always knew that I felt more like a girl. That's why you took 27 years to come to this conclusion. All right, then. I didn't have the language to describe that. I always felt like a girl, but I couldn't express myself. And you're trying to get a PhD. I thought those people are generally smart. Oh, okay. Early on, I recognized my attempts to describe that would often lead to bullying and stuff. Yeah, when you say asinine shit, people are going to call you out on it. And so I tried to keep it hidden as possible between abilities in sports and school. And I just felt like that was an issue that I had to overcome. I just want one of these circumstances to come out as a big fucking joke. It's like, yo, I just wanted to expose the hypocrisy and how fucking easy it is. Okay, I was a bench warmer on the male rugby team. And then I just ended up becoming the MVP when I put on a wig. Yo, this shit funny. Emma said she participated in soccer, wrestling, baseball, and track when she was growing up, but her skills she learned from those sports were transferable to playing rugby. Yeah, no doubt. Soccer, a lot of running. Wrestling, it's a very physical sport. Baseball, I don't know, man. Maybe your opposition are going to need some bats in order to take you down. And track, well, it goes without saying. Rugby world is not the only governing body that has restrictions in place for transgender women athletes. Yeah, it's probably a good place because, again, I think the only way that all this shit ultimately ends is when somebody ends up crippled or dead. And rugby would definitely be one of the places because I think for female athletics, it's probably the most physical, well, outside of the very obvious MMA. And if we need to drag in those examples of those dudes going ham on girls, do we really need to get that graphic? Because we could if we want to. And there's some cracked skulls to prove a point. In June of 2022, the world's swimming governing body decided, yeah, we went long enough running that circus, so we could just go ahead and cut it there. FINA. Electively banned trans athletes from competing in women's events. Yeah, after Leah Thomas, wow, I won. And then it's like, yeah, and now we're going to shut it down. Congratulations, though. We got enough attention for our little goofy sport. She later dismissed the controversy surrounding her place in women's category. Yeah, of course, you would. You won. Everybody's like, no, we don't like it now. Yeah, but you drug the rest of your swim team to a victory, so your coach got the award. It's got a big old asterisk next to it, but it's not like a UNC national championship or a Reggie Bush Heisman Trophy. It's not going to get fucking repealed at all whatsoever. It'll just be looked at and laughed at when this epoch of history ultimately just ends up going away, like I talked about in a previous video that's out there, okay? We're eventually going to get to a point where people are just going to take a look at this and laugh at it like I am mocking at it, okay? Something will eventually be the straw that breaks the camel's back. It's like, okay, you grew up as this dude, you eventually became this chick, and then you started to get such athletic success so easily. We got to do something about this, okay? And ultimately, like I'm saying, I think it's going to involve somebody twitching out on the field, okay? Not Damar Hamlin style, but instead, Daryl Stingley style. I'm not hoping for it. I'm just saying. That's ultimately where this shit ends up until people start connecting the fucking dots. But got enough, white liberal women in charge of this stuff. So it's just going to continue to get funnier and funnier. And I'll just continue to call it out and make my crude, asinine, elementary school fucking jokes. Because that's what I do. Suck a dick if you still have one. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.